What's up, guys, and welcome back to the SLI lower bracket South America qualifiers. Infamous going up against Midas Club Victory. Game 2, as you can see, Infamous did win Game 1. You're jumping into the series, well, Infamous had a really slow start. Midas Club got off really nice lanes, but off of a couple of good rotations, a couple of good space creation techniques for Infamous, able to bring themselves back in and end the game at like a 40k net worth lead. So looked convincing by the end of it, but certainly was a rocky road. We'll see if Midas Club have any finishing blow in this game and if they can push it to a game 3. I'm Mike Laura, going to be your caster for this game. If you guys are looking for SGE versus Youth Fury, you are not going to find it here, unfortunately. That one is also in at least game 2. I saw they had the lobby up, so it's either game 2 or game 3. I don't know.
5 seconds
but you gotta look elsewhere, so I'm sorry about that. Either way, we'll see what's going to go on in this very slow draft. Night Stalker, Necrophos, still in the pool. Venomancer as well, not banned out yet. In fact, we have a very early ban of Legion Commander. It's a hero that's usually second phase picked. I don't really know if she's ever really banned. I mean, she's powerful. Yeah, but it does seem like she's a hero that you can deal with, and her power is kind of like dependent on how the team plays as a whole. Like, if they play well, she's really good, but if they don't play well, she's really bad. I mean, it's hard to tell, really. But is she worth the first ban? I would say on the whole, no. Midas Club gonna stick with their Kunkka pick. This is gonna give Night Stalker back to Infamous with the same exact sides on both of these teams. I see no reason whatsoever for Infamous to not pick up a Night Stalker. It just seems like it's too good. It was too effective in the last game. Stinger had so many absolutely sick plays. And also, it's a Night Stalker, so if it's the pool, you're probably going to take it. Venomancer as well. One of those premium heroes that is still in. Necrophos on top of that, as the Legion Commander is going to take one of the, one of those very important first ban slots. But it looks like we may have a very similar opening to the last game. I think it was, what was it, Kunkka, and then, I don't even remember, honestly. You know what, I'm not even going to try. I mean, Night Stalker, Shadow Shaman, though, so I guess we won't have a very similar opening. Night Stalker, Shadow Shaman covers pretty much all your bases. A very control-heavy duo of heroes. In fact, if you add up in total what they do, you got a lot of control, right? Obviously, Shadow Shaman has it in spades, but also slows from the Night Stalker. Good amount of utility, vision from the Night Stalker. Shadow Shaman has your ability to take down buildings and Roshan and stuff like that. Or maybe the only weakness is that they will not be able to function in a full-on battling tri-lane. That's really where Shadow Shaman is at his weakest. But man, this combo of Infamous is really well varied as far as what they can get done and what you really want your support duo to get done. Midas Club are going to waste no time to grab that Necrophos one more time. Along with that Kunkka, seems like they're building up a very similar draft to last game. And they didn't win, so as far as that's concerned, don't really love it. They're going to get the Necrophos a little bit earlier. And we'll see if Infamous are really scared about that Necro. The Night Stalker had some really good plays early on to get early kills in the Necrophos. If you're walking around with a Queen of Pain level of burst, then yeah, you can still take him down fairly easily. Although it may be Infamous looking to go for a little bit of a different style here. The Shadow Shaman is going to give them a lot more push power. In fact, this is probably a hero that gives you some of the most push power out of the supporting crew. So if you do have that, you can go for like a Lycan or a Death Prophet or those type of heroes if you're just interested in taking down structures. A hero like Luna is also fine coming out of the safe lane. Never mind. Seems like Midas Club have seen some Infamous games. So they're going to take out that Lycan. It's pretty common Infamous picks. But still, you go you play the very bursty game, the very heavy initiation game, get like a Storm Spear for Leo style, or get a Tinker and play the slow grindy game. You really do have a lot of options when you're working with these two. With Midas Club, they can take a late game as well, but I would like to see the Necrophos go for perhaps not as defensive of a build. I feel like the part of the reason why we didn't really see Midas Club get off the ground in the last game was because the Necrophos really didn't have any good times to scythe. His allies didn't have enough burst to bring the enemies down to that half-ish HP mark. So the scythe wasn't really all that effective. The fact that he didn't go for a Rod of Atos, he didn't go for a Veil. Yeah, there were answers on the other side, so those wouldn't have been the most effective, but he didn't have any of that offensive power built in. Really struggled to land scythe kills, landed very few in the midst of the last
10
game.
seconds remaining.
Death Prophet will be banned out, actually.
5 seconds remaining.
Interesting. Now, Infamous may be looking for something like an OD, perhaps. OD really nice defensively versus Necrophos, and versus Kunkka as well. Just answers to those very slow-moving abilities. I actually wouldn't mind that, just picking it up and just having it. You really don't want to pick it up early if you can help it, but there aren't really that many heroes that just absolutely destroy OD. I wonder if there... does Death Prophet... Death Prophet does have a good matchup versus Pugna. It's another hero we got to keep our eye out for if Infamous are going to go for push. Teams have done it in the past. Just slap Pugna in that mid lane. Try to protect his matchup as much as possible. They take out the AA, so maybe that is going to be, in fact, the strat. With Venomancer now banned out, Infamous can go for like a Pugna Luna type of pushing strat. Of course, they could just slow it down as well. They could go for maybe like a TA or Shadow Fiend as far as minus armor is concerned.
10 seconds remaining.
With the Desolator. I guess Shadow Fiend doesn't really get Desolator. He just has a lot of damage regardless. On the Midas Club side, they're completely open as well. Like, they can actually pick up any hero. Initiation and catch is pretty good with the Kunkka already, though. Looking for probably a little bit more of a Baby City support. Infamous going to go ahead and grab the Bat Rider. Not many answers, not many great answers here available. Shaker would be a decent one for the Midas Club side as far as answering the mid-game Bat Rider, but as a support with Kunkka, a little bit clunky. They're both melee. They both will struggle to get in, and Fissure versus Bat Rider is not really that great. 5 seconds remaining. So it'll be an off-lane Earthshaker if that is going to be what they want to do. Not the worst thing in the world for sure. As far as their core, though, versus Bat Rider, it's not too hard to get a good matchup there. Just get a stick on the hero, and usually they're fine. Bloodseeker is actually looking pretty appealing for the Midas Club side. Not necessarily for his great matchup versus Bat Rider, just because he typically tends to perform in such a way that gets around Bat Rider's spells, simply because of the range of the circle. They'll take the Faceless Void again. This is the exact same draft for Midas Club in a slightly different order. In last game, we saw Infamous not really having the most elegant of initiations, definitely getting caught in a couple Chronospheres. But with the Bat Rider on their side, and with Midas Club not having a Silencer, although Silencer would be pretty nuts here for Midas Club,
5 seconds
the Bat Rider is looking like he's going to be pretty oppressive in this game. You can X marks your ally or the Bat Rider if you do it immediately and then activate it immediately. Most of the time, the lasso will snap. I think if you it has to pull one of them out of range of the lasso. Like if the Bat Rider just moves like perpendicular or whatever, then it may not work. I think that's how that mechanic interaction works. By the way, Midas Club would, if they really want to follow last game, pick up a Jakiro. It's actually not that bad here. The Ice Path is quite nice at dealing with the Bat Rider, and you can just poke him down constantly. But I really want to see Midas Club do something different. Like, I really don't like it when teams lose and then pick up the same exact draft. Seems kind of foolish, honestly. What are Infamous going to do? Are they going to push, or are they going to tempo out the game? Or are they even going to play defensively? That's a possibility as well. Doesn't seem it's necessarily their style, though. Like, they were only forced into like that farming game in game 1 because of that slow start in the Luna. If she had a better start, I'm sure they would have loved to just go ahead and kill things. Burning through a lot of their time, though. What's it going to be? Juggernaut. Okay. Not really showing their hand too much here, Infamous. Very mid-rangey type of draft right now. Do a lot of things well. Have initiation. The team fight is not spectacular compared to what Midas Club have. But for sure, Juggernaut is a decent hero to have versus
10
Heroes like
seconds
Necrophos
remaining.
and Kunkka. That magic immunity from the spin is difficult to deal with, for sure. You just spin away that X marks. Easy game. And of course, you have a Shadow Shaman and a Night Stalker. You have a Shadow Shaman in your lane and a Night Stalker possibly in your lane. The Juggernaut is going to have a really nice time killing off his targets if you actually latch him with a Shackle. The Midas Club, though, Silencer is going to be the pick. We saw last game, they did run an offensive tri-lane, and again, it's not super elegant, Faceless Void, Silencer,
10
Kunkka,
seconds remaining.
but I think it is actually good enough to slow down this infamous tri-lane of Juggernaut,
5
Shadow Shaman,
seconds
Night Stalker.
remaining.
As great as the spin is for the Juggernaut, he doesn't really have mana to spam it out. He doesn't really have help that can be very consistent, because Shadow Shaman Shackles in a full tri-lane situation is really weak. Like, yeah, you'll probably get it off, but you're going to be taking right clicks the entire time, and Shadow Shaman just
10
isn't
seconds
tanky enough to
remaining.
withstand that, so he has to leave or die.
5 seconds remaining.
But still, this Bat Rider, or the Silencer rather, really nice hero to have along with that Faceless Void. Initiation is going to be huge here for Midas Club.
Radiant
Just hope that
team
they have enough damage to really scale forward. TA and OD both can get kicked out now, as Infamous should be looking for a little bit of a heavy hitter for Leo style. Silencer is going to make heroes like Tinker really, really unappealing. Shadow Fiend is probably
10
one of the
seconds
better
remaining.
ones right now for the Infamous side. Again, they really just need a really high damage
5
hero
seconds
for that
remaining.
mid lane. And Viper is also still in the pool. And they get the luxury of last pick. I wouldn't be surprised. I was going to say to see a Viper from the Midas Club side. Go for Mirana instead. Pushing the Necrophos towards the mid lane or Mirana. Either way, I think the potential of a Shadow Fiend pick is still pretty strong here for Infamous. Or they can try to greed it
10
out.
seconds
There's the
remaining.
possibility of that as well. I mean, the mid lane worst case scenario
5
is a
seconds
Necrophos
remaining.
for the Infamous to deal with. He's not that strong, all things considered. So, I don't know if Juggernaut mid versus Necrophos is any good. But if they really want to be greedy, it's a possibility. Then they can grab, like, you know, some other safe lane carry, just smash heroes. Then Ember Spirit instead. Maybe heading on towards mid. That is a very risky hero to pick up for Leo style. I mean, he's very powerful for sure. But all the mobility of Ember Spirit is kind of just going to go down the drain up against Silencer, Global Silence, Chronosphere, and the fact that Dashka has X marks, which usually has a pretty nice range, and usually Kunkka is going to be coming from the trees with that. So if you are looking to split push as the Ember Spirit, you gotta fear the X marks. It is possible to get around that, just set up another Remnant as soon as you get pulled back in, just re-jump to it. But Midas Club have really all the answers that they need in order to deal with this Ember Spirit. And Infamous now still with this very mid-rangey, kind of tempo-y based draft, but still not really the strongest in that regard. Gotta say, even though Midas Club are pretty much running back the same draft that they did in Game 1, still like their answers a lot more than what Infamous have right now. But, oh wait a minute. Stinger's the Juggernaut, and this guy now is the Night Stalker? They definitely switched roles right now. Maybe they'll switch back. I mean, Stinger was an absolute beast as that Night Stalker. I mean, defensively, the Ember Spirit's magic resistance in that shield is going to be quite nice. And they will switch. Okay. Loading out, swapped out like that. That would have been a really interesting thing to see. But again, like, I'm concerned for this Ember Spirit's mid-late game. So many answers. Yule Scepter on Ember Spirit is pretty powerful here. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for that. It looks like, though, we have very few surprises are prepared here in this game. Perhaps Mirana mid lane is debatably a surprise. Stinger is just going to charge in towards the Silencer. No respect for this Necrophos. He does see that it's only 1 point in Heartstopper aura, so there's no heal here, and RZS is just dead. He's going to get a little bit of help. Oh, they didn't hit him. Why didn't they finish him? One more Napalm, and they should have him. Night Stalker, though, left. Night Stalker, what you doing, bro? Your allies need your help. Okay, never mind. They're good. That's going to be First Blood, drawn by Pepita, but he will take quite a bit of damage here. Right clicks, and a Torrent will be dodged. One more set of right clicks, still not enough. Dashka does have another torrent, but he'll have to chase for 10 seconds. He is slightly faster, but now Leo Style is going to arrive. Nothing skilled up. We'll just scare off the Kunkka, or will he? Kunkka is feeling himself right now. Torrent will be used, and he'll just walk right in, jack the bounty rune, and get a 3-1 rune split. Really weird to see Leo Style just stand there and not, like, run at the Kunkka. He has Poor Man's Shield, and I don't believe Kunkka does. No, he has Boots, so in just a sheer damage trade. I mean, I guess he needs the regen a lot more than the Kunkka does, but sheer damage trade would have worked out pretty well for him. First blood for the bounty rune. Still pretty sure Infamous are going to be okay with that, especially since it's Pepita to get that first blood. We've seen this guy wreck fools with the Bat Rider, and just starting off with now a boot and a Windlace build. Really, really powerful. If he goes down, though, it could all be nullified, but he does make the read that a torrent was coming and is able to walk around that. These heroes, though, if they get stick, will make Pepita's life very difficult. They constantly be dodging torrents, and if you get caught by one, you're taking a lot of damage. 3 heroes versus this Bat Rider. Possible to kill the Bat Rider, but it's not really super easy. Again, the boots for Bat Rider is nice, very much so for the offensive power, but still, if you're up against 3 heroes, a little bit of extra movement speed to get out of an engagement could go a long way. Excel is doing what he can on this top lane, but as far as pushing out and killing off Faceless Void, really difficult without a Night Stalker type hero there. Night Stalker's doing what he can to make sure that the Ember Spirit has a good start. Mirana's lane in the mid lane is not all that strong. I mean, she has kind of below average damage. Even you can see even with the Fairy Fire and the Wraith Band is only hitting for 60. The projectile is super slow as well, so Ember Spirit, he's not really a super mid lane powerhouse. Additional benefits being given to him by that Night Stalker will be just fine in this mid lane until, you know, some other hero comes in and messes with him. So far, not going to happen. Mirana is working with very little regeneration and forced off of the creep wave several times now. It's going to be further and further away from her bottle. That's why we see 13 to 12. Or 13-12 versus the 4-0 on Tala. That is a rough creep score to go up against. And Leo Style doesn't even have a Quelling Blade. He just, you know, casually right-clicking creeps. Up towards the top lane. Still, mana is full here on the Juggernaut. Like Shadow Shaman tried to use a couple of shocks. Is very possible to kill him off now that the Night Stalker is in play. And NSR still doesn't have any idea of it. Shackle is there with the spin. Burst damage, not quite enough. He'll get a time walk out probably, as the spin is actually off the mark. What happened there? I have no idea. They lose Pepita in the meantime as he tries to go in for arms. Not going to happen. Yeah, the Juggernaut should have been a little bit closer to the south end there. Maybe Time Walk. Oh, he does have Boots of Speed, and the Juggernaut doesn't, so yeah. Time Walk level 2 plus the Boots, giving him just enough movement speed to get out of there. Also, I'm pretty sure that was, you know, maybe slightly off the Crippling Fear. Arrow's gonna land. Gets the Mirana a range creep deny, not bad. But this game, unlike the last, Infamous, though they do lose Pepita on this bottom lane, still are doing much, much better just raw CS-wise. Juggernaut is not being challenged nearly as much as that player was in the last game as the Luna. You see the Faceless Void is getting a lot of experience, but as far as gold is concerned, not really that much. Pepita is going to die again. He's dead. No! He's barely alive. All calculated, I'm sure. He's going in. He does have Tranquils, so maybe. The Hellbears are randomly going to walk out, and Dashka sees it. That is actually going to deactivate the Tranquils. Pepita's going to move in. Oh, careful, bro. There's an X-Torrent. He saw him, right? Yeah, certainly saw him. He should back off just fine. This is first nighttime, though. Night Stalker, not level 3, but very close to it. Does have a really powerful Crippling Fear point at level 2, but it is going to make him slightly slower having gone for this build. No Shadow Shaman in the area means killing off NS is going to be a little bit difficult. You do have a spin level 2, which is not bad, but you really do need a little bit more burst.
Trickster's Rune of Illusion.
Ember Spirit in the meantime continuing to dumpster this Mirana. 11 CS with the Mirana versus the 38. You know a game's bad when your enemy Ember Spirit has more denies than you have CS. They're going to go in for the Faceless Void, though. Crippling Fear, it's going to land. And that should set up perfectly for the Shackle. Right clicks, not even making the spin necessary, as Phase Boots are up on the Juggernaut, able to this time very easily keep up if needed. Yeah, it just wasn't. No observers in the area at all for the Radiant. In fact, a lot of aggressive vision, mostly targeting Pepita, but still level 4 on the Batrider. Tranquil's up. Maybe not the most wealthy Batrider we've seen in the world, but still is doing very well for himself. And they go for more on this Faceless Void. Spin is still up. Pushing that level 6 mark. Again, Crippling Fear is so good. 5-second silence, 5 minutes in. Seems like that's an ultimate, right? It's definitely not, though. Looks like they don't have quite enough vision to set up on this Faceless Void, so Night Stalker is maybe going to look to mess with the Mirana more. I think she's had enough, though. I'm pretty sure Tala is absolutely sick of this game. Night Stalker actually missed the Mirana there. I thought with Nighttime Vision he would have her, but so over in bottom lane, they're not going to miss this one. Stick. Still not going to do it. Int swing there for the Silencer. Now it has 4 stacks. And they will take down the Batrider yet again. So Leo Style has had some of the easiest early game you'll ever see as an Ember Spirit. Stinger is going to, silence the Kunkka right when he was going to be pulled back. He's just punching everyone out. Here comes Leo Style. He does have Remnants. There is no True Sight, though. Do they see arms? They don't. They don't have enough mana for the Shackles either. He's going to try to make the read here. Perhaps. Pings are out, but no True Sight in time. Mirana just hits that level 6 and pops in the Moonlight Shadow. Could have been an absolute slaughter. Ember Spirit we don't usually see get super active early on, but there's an Omni Slash here. And S is going to survive, be it barely on top. But if you are able to get involved early on as an Ember Spirit, you have some of the highest damaging spells that are really difficult to deal with. Like, who's going to pop that shield? That's 500 extra health that you have to burst through with magic damage. With a level 1 Torrent with a level 2 Curse, like, that's not going to happen. Now Dashka's caught, and he will slow roast. So yeah, the magic Flame Guard magic shield component is basically just magic immunity right now. Like, they don't have enough magic damage to ever burst through it. That's what makes the Ember Spirit's early game fighting power so strong.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Faceless Void, forced to jungle. Most likely we'll see a very similar build coming out from him as we saw in the last game. It's a build that's very utility heavy, but not really all that great for fighting. As in, you don't do much damage yourself. I mean, he has 3 points time walk. Not really prepped for a fight anyway, just wants to survive that Juggernaut lane. Kunkka and Shadow Shaman playing some games here. There's a Torrent. He sidesteps. Now Shaman knows that he's fine. Maybe setting up for this Mirana play. They just saw Shadow Shaman here, and he's actually now in an ugly sandwich. Gonna try to juke, but that will not work at all. There's an X and a Torrent and an arrow. All of it's gonna be perfect, and it seems like Leo Style didn't want to help out at all. Silencer swoops in to steal the intelligence, and Leo Style is gonna continue farming. Much needed kill there for Mirana. She is really, really broke right now. On the other end, Aquila with another 500 gold and the bottle. Doesn't seem like the Ember Spirit has that much more net worth right now. In fact, it's actually much closer. That kill is doing quite a bit for her, but the fun is about to stop because bottom lane, where they've been comfortably messing with Pepita and bullying him, that is going to be up against now 4 heroes all rotating in. Chaining 2 down. Well, they do get the Scythe on Stinger, but again, it's not going to be enough. Moonlight Shadow is there. Dashka off in the side is actually going to live and teleport out. Pings are out, but they don't know where he is. Again, they make that play without True Sight. Leo Style, though, is going to teleport right into an arrow. I don't think he really cares. Maybe he should start caring a little bit. Still, Tala's taking a lot of damage here. Doesn't have a lot of mana of her own. He has not enough mana to get this kill up against Leap and the Raindrop. Here's Faceless Void of all heroes, just randomly walking in onto Pepita. Vita's gonna shrug that one off. In top lane, they see the Silencer is there now. Void can survive a Juggernaut. Silencer really can't. If you just phase run at the Silencer, maybe if the creep wave is like over here, then Silencer is just dead, man. He can't survive that. So this Juggernaut now is a chance for an easy solo kill if the Silencer gets a little bit too careless. Alternatively, you just continue free farming because there's not a damn thing Silencer can do about this. He curses you, you don't care at all.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The tower's taking quite a beating. I guess both towers are. Here comes a Shaman again. Premium hero up against that Faceless Void. But everyone else backed off. They do want to get Leo style. Ooh, the stack. Okay, that'll help. But they really want to get him that travels. He's actually not too far away from having that. 1,400 gold already. Once that comes up, along with, I would expect this Yasha on this Jug, Infamous can start flexing their muscles. Vita's farm is pretty darn good as well. Phase drums makes him really, really deadly. And looks like they're going to set up for Tala. Lasso is not going to land. Shackle or Hex also not there. That was a really ambitious attempt. I mean, they had the Ember Spirit coming in. Slight chains maybe could have set up that kill. I mean, they get a tower anyway. Not the last hit, but a tower. They'll be crying all the way to the bank. Can they defend their own tower? That's the big question. Excel has a double damage rune. Gotta watch out for that DPS Shaman. But Stinger is gonna charge right in. Chronosphere is gonna land only onto that one hero in the Shadow Shaman. They will nail him with the arrow and they will kill him off in a hurry, but again, who cares? It's a Shadow Shaman. Stinger is a little bit more important right now since it is darkness. They'll take down 2 and the tower, though at the cost of Faceless Void, as he just walked into a Juggernaut Omnislash, who's also just going to walk right out of there. Spin right out of there, I suppose. Ember Spirit still not concerned at all with this, as travels on the way, so just a little bit off in the timings to actually be able to help out there. Arrow also off the mark. Losing Faceless Void, but gaining a tower and 2 kills, giving them all towards that Necrophos. That is pretty nice value for the Radiant side. It's like slightly costly, but I mean, Faceless Void already did his job. If you can just use your Chronosphere whenever you have it, you're pretty darn happy. How much gold is this? He's at 530 right now. Jumps in once. Hasn't killed any of them yet. 530 up to, yeah, that's a decent amount of cash. 340 gold. Oh no, Excel. If this Faceless Void had not 4 points time walk and maybe 4 points in time lock, they maybe can get that kill. Or they're just trying to lure this Shadow Shaman into a false sense of security so they can do this. Wrap around with a Kunkka. This neutral creep is actually going to kind of get in the way here. With the creeps attacking, they will see absolutely everyone. Now Excel has a chance to escape. Blind Torrent is off, is actually on the mark. X mark's really short, but still will get him. And they actually get a bash as well. Shadow Shaman down. Bottom lane is being pushed in the meantime, though. Why is the Juggernaut not doing anything? He's just chopping down trees to see if anyone's going to teleport in. Cute. I like it. Tower down. Again, losing the Shadow Shaman, who already has level 6. Not a terribly huge deal here. There's still no Chronosphere for another 20 seconds. The Moonlight Shadow goes out, and there's no True Sight on the Night Stalker. Is there True Sight on anyone? There's got to be True Sight on someone. It's on the Shadow Shaman, who's just now respawning. Stinger, though, is pushing forward really, really far. They can't stop him with the Silencer, so he's just going to continue to run. We're going to dodge the arrow, fly over the trees, and over the torrent, I guess. Yeah, easy. Now he's actually going to end up in a gank position up against the Necrophos. Global Silence is going to go out. He has the barrier as well as the Ghost Shroud. So he's not taking any magic damage there. You just walk in with a couple of support heroes and pull out a big cooldown from the enemy side. They may not have the Global Silence, but they still have the Chronosphere. So offensively, Midas Club still can put together a fight, especially if Kunkka is able to get that level 6. It's not too far away right now. Heroes are converging now. Stinger setting up, just baiting. He's going to get his sticks off. Scythe, I think, is going to kill. Yes, it will, but they also jump into the Faceless Void, take out the Chronosphere. Off in the side, RZS can teleport out from the Juggernaut. He'll be fine. And it's up towards Arms in the most trouble.
is under attack.
They just have to save a stun for him. Other than that, there's nothing that this Necrophos can do. It's a lot of heal. Firefly's actually going to wear off, but a Shackle and right clicks, that'll just kill him off. And Stinger, that is tactical feeding right there. You can tell, he moved up. He just wanted to draw some spells, and he did. He's off the map for quite a long time since he did take a Scythe to the face, but set up for a lot for his team. It was all a trap. It was all a bait. Despite a high kill score now, Infamous still quite ahead in the net worth. They still haven't even used this Shadow Shaman ward yet. And Excel has been having a little bit of a rough time surviving. He does have Arcane Boots now, so a little bit more movement speed for him. And more consistency. The problem is that Arcane Boots will not help him if this happens. Everyone from Midas rotating in. That's a Blind Torrent. That'll be off the mark. Chronosphere cannot hit both of them. Arrow will fly, which will be dodged by Stinger. And the 4-man smoke rotation onto a handful of supports fails. Even if it did succeed, not sure if they can burst down these two before the rotations come in to reinforce. Would have definitely been close. I guess there's no travels on the Ember Spirit. It was on cooldown. So they probably could have done it.
Time is money.
Jugs out. Rushing straight straight Nanta. That is not a Midas, that's another style. Incredible item to have up against the Silencer. That's probably the biggest reason you go for that, or for this build in this particular game. Not for the illusions, which are, as you can see, just okay. Just get rid of that Global Silence. Get your Omni Slash out, get your Spin out. In general, is the item that keeps you safe. And now he's going to go for some serious damage in the Diffusal Blade. That Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider with the drums up at a pretty fast timing. Infamous do have quite a few tools. Ember Spirit, the only thing he's lacking right now is his Anti-Yule Scepter item. But given his farm rate, shouldn't be that hard to pick up. They do see Tala. They do also see Art. He's just going to fly away. You can Chronosphere this, but, I mean, is it really worth it? I don't think they need to. Unless everything misses. Everything so far has missed. Stinger's still alive. He's going to try to just phase right through everyone, but he's going to get yanked back. Or not. He's just going to die. Tactical feeding? That one was a little bit more of, oh shit, everyone's here on the enemy team. They don't use anything, and that is a nice little kill there for Midas. They kill off arms. They don't have enough disables, and Omni Slash up against Ghost Shroud is pretty bad. Will be a lot better once he gets this Diffusal Blade, but not even close to it. If they have a lasso there, they can kill off anyone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Top lane is being pushed in the meantime. Mirana. That's the last hit. Yeah, this is much needed cash for her. Slow start for sure. This is the type of hero that can recover, especially if she goes for this type of build, gets that Maelstrom. Farm rate, perhaps not the best in the game, but you'd expect her to start rising to the top of the net worth chart. Probably won't surpass the Jug, but can probably get really close. Infamous have had a lot of downtime here. That Global Silence threat is really hard to initiate into until your Ember Spirit gets his Yules. And even then, you don't really want to be going super aggro into a Global Silence. In the meantime, Necrophos, he's just going to keep farming. This time going to go for a much more aggressive build in that Radiance. Radiance burn damage. Gonna be really, really nice at dealing with that Blink Dagger from the Bat. Of course, get Mischance in the Juggernaut, and you just get so much more farm speed. The fact that it's not being punished right now means that it probably won't be punished at all. I mean, you already have the Relic. That's the hardest part.
Fortune's change.
It does feel like both sides, though, are really scared. There's no easy way for the Radiant team to initiate outside of Smoke and Moonlight Shadow, and obviously they don't have that Moonlight. If they do find someone, Scythe represents a pretty easy kill, really regardless of who that hero is. Everyone just so terrified, though. And obviously, you do want to wait for the Radiance. It's so close to being completed.
Rune of haste.
That's a Radiance. Just the Infamous side in the meantime are blowing their position because Excel is going to bring a creep to everyone. There's no Bat Rider, though. He is able to initiate, but he does not have a Force Staff. So if he is going to jump in, it's going to be really, really risky. Smoke now. Art going to push forward looking for that Chronosphere target and Excel. He's going to want to blow out smoke, although the Juggernaut's really close by. The Silencer's getting hexed up first thing. They got to be really careful not to group up, or otherwise, Chronosphere lands onto 2, but still the Serpent Wards are firing in. Will get them 1 kill. Will cost them a Shadow Shaman. So far, even trade. Juggernaut now, Mantis split. Getting rid of that Silence Healing Ward will save him from the Scythe, just barely. In the meantime, they do lasso up the Faceless Void in the back, kill him off as well. Stinger is going to phase right through. Will still go down to the dots of arms, but still Leo Styles kicking pretty hard. They can't kill any of these heroes, though. Too much healing from arms. Not quite enough damage coming out from this Juggernaut just yet. Leo Style as well. Having gone for this Yule Scepter, really is reliant on that guard to do damage, and it is not up just yet. Now it is. He's going to reinitiate. Chains onto the Kunkka, and the damage is going to be enough. He should be fine here, though, taking a lot of damage from this tower. That'll be a slight win for Infamous there. But you can see gold-wise, the heroes that died worth quite a lot there. Man, this doesn't seem right, man. It seems like Infamous should have gotten more gold from this. You cut off like the 3 lowest net worth heroes of the Radiant, though, so it does kind of make sense in the end. That Chronosphere Global Silence, though, really, really impressive. And the fact that Juggernaut, first thing, had to back off makes the fight really rough. Fortunately, though, for Infamous, Ember Spirit is the type of hero who just has all the consistency in the world. Between the Ember and the Juggernaut, they can just group up and fight again. Knowing that the enemy does not have another Chronosphere, they do not have another Global Silence for a long time. That opening certainly is there. 25 seconds left for the Serpents. They can probably afford to make just a really aggressive play. That Necrophos, though, really refusing to die. Diffusal Blade, so desperately needed, is not quite there yet. Will be bought in the side shop, or finished in the side shop, rather. Get rid of that Ghost Shroud, and hopefully for the Infamous side, burst down arms. To work on the structure. Serpent Wards are down. You really don't want to walk into this as the Midas side. Chronosphere is not up for another 10 seconds right now. They'll throw out more and more spells. We do have to watch out for Pita. Is going to go ahead and grab the Mirana. Global Silence is finally up. Nothing's really doing any damage, though, because of that Global Silence and Serpent Wards. They will just keep firing. They'll lose the Night Stalker. In the meantime, Omni Slash goes out and does a lot of damage, but a lot of it's going to be healed back by that Time Walk. Now they're going to chase forward. They have a Chronosphere, but the Faceless Void gets locked down. Excel still going to go down with those dots, and they also found Pepita, who should be falling as well. X-Mark is going to deny his escape. Infamous feed over 3. Still NS looking for that Chronosphere. Can't find a target, though. Global Silence, so good. Even with these answers from Infamous, really just throws a little bit of a wrench in their game plan. You lasso the Mirana, you expect to take her down, or at least force her to leave the fight, but she ends up at full HP. She actually didn't take any damage at all from that initiation. Gotta make sure the person you grab is that Silencer. Even the Faceless Void, just not the Mirana, I don't think. Serpent Wards don't take down the tower, they'll lose a tower of their own. Infamous. Coming from the back, though, it is going to be the wrong time. Here comes the boat, and it will completely be off. They'll both be rooted. Soon, though, the NSR is going to have that Blink Dagger. They're going to chase forward for a little bit more. Stinger, full vision right now. Leo Style as well, pushing in. Chronosphere is going to be hexed up, canceled for the meantime. They also pull Necrophos away towards the Juggernaut. Lots of right-click damage. The spin is there, as well as the Diffusal Blade to get rid of this Ghost Shroud, but still the healing has been done. He's going to group up for the Chronosphere. There it is. Onto 2. But still the damage is enough to kill off arms, and still the Juggernaut is not dead yet. Healing Ward does come out for his allies, but he will fall. Leo Style doing quite a bit of damage here. It does seem like he's just lacking, though, as Pita does not have Firefly, so he can't really help out either. His Healing Ward gonna gut right back into action as they do catch up to Kunkka. Right-click him down with the chains. Another set of spells coming up for Leo Style. He's chasing forward, looking for Tala. Chains her down. Magic Shield goes up and holds strong up against the Starstorm. Blink forward, now Firefly is back, and Tala is in a little bit of trouble, but he gets a bash NS onto Pepita, and now Pepita with no jump charges is just gonna die. Went way too far by himself. You know, obviously the Shadow Shaman with no mana is gonna leave. Ember Spirit can only chase for so far as well.
Never refuse gold.
Ultimately for Infamous, feeding over the Jug and the Batrider there. Again, it's going to be another fight where Midas Club come out ahead in the gold department. These fights for Infamous, it like almost feels like they're going really well. They're always falling just short of the mark. Neo Style is forced to go for this very defensive build. You can see he's doing quite a bit of damage, but the potential damage for Ember Spirit is just so much higher. It's not quite hitting him. He's going for 30 damage, 6 stats. He's actually going to start to build some right-click items, not having gone for that spell amp build. It does seem like the Juggernaut is the only one who's really doing some serious damage here, at least off of that initial initiation. There's a lot of damage for Infamous, but as far as keeping up the damage output, Leo Style doesn't quite have enough. At least not enough to reflect his farm. Like, all his items are designed to keep him alive. That is going to blow the smoke on Leo Style. Everyone else, though, with the lasso at the ready. Hunting, ideally for silencers, or for Roshans. That's good, too. Illusions will tank, Serpent Wards, as well as a Medallion. It'll actually make short work of this guy. Oh, that's double damage root on the Juggernaut, that's why. He'll ditch the bottle, and man, that was fast. Easy double life for the Jug. Now he's gonna kind of invite the Scythe. If you can pull out a Scythe and or a Chronosphere, yeah, that's gonna be a pretty nice win here for the Jug. Who is very easily focusable still by the Midas Club side. Again, you look at this build for Juggernaut. The survivability that he has doesn't really give him health, it just gives him an answer to the Global Silence. Diffusal Blade obviously is just pure damage. Yeah, he's able to do a lot of DPS, but he gets caught pretty easily dealt with. And this Necrophos surviving all those engagements, getting himself quite a lot of cash. Ultimate Orb now up with the Ghost Scepter, so he has double Ghost available to him. Leo Style is going to jump out. There is a Moonlight Shadow out right now. Excel is going to see a Sentry and keep it alive. A little bit scared for his life, perhaps, seeing no one. Leo Style, though, is going to show on top lane. There's a Chronosphere, there's a boat. That's not enough to kill off an Ember Spirit, though. How much into Silence Path? My god, that's a lot. 30 minutes in is quite nice. Not really sure if you'll get to a point where you can actually turn around and use it to damage, but he's able to just right-click the hero like Pepita a couple times. Should be a lot of damage, even with that level 1 glaive. This game, just like such a weird polar opposite to the last, where Infamous have good lanes and then just fail to be aggressive, which is exactly what happened in the last game, as Midas Club had much better lanes and then failed to be aggressive enough to win the game. Just so much stalling and holding and just narrow fights. Excel is going to see NSR. Can they kill off an Ember Spirit? I think they can. If they hex him, they do. He's going to drop the Serpent Ward. Shackle is going to be canceled because of the Global Silence. They will still use the Faceless Void, who's going to get the hell out of there. They do pull out a Global Silence. That's not nothing. Serpent Wards, though, similar cooldown to that Global Silence. Ultimately will just be consumed here by the Radiant. There was no way that was going to work. Like, it was either you get the kill and enemies keep Global Silence, or you just don't get the kill. Vita's still building up towards that BKB. The answer to his answer to the Global Silence. Probably BKB, Force Staff on the Batrider, trying to get some initiations off. They've been kind of few and far between, successfully at least, for the Batrider. Oof, Leo style
I'll take that.
blinking forward, looking for that silencer. Or anyone, really. Really just a little bit of a chess match here. Stinger just wandering over observers. Radiant coverage, keeping them very safe.
Shadows take us.
Light Shadow Stinger is gonna actually see the Necrophos as he fades in. Gotta remember that Night Stalker during nighttime has increased vision. Do we see the vision? I don't think there's anywhere to see the vision, but he has more than average. So we actually just saw Arms fade. And now, Moonlight Shadow being down, Global Silence being down, Stinger's gonna dive right in. Observer's gonna see him glimmer. He's thinking about flying. He will move in. Arrow will be blinked over by the Juggernaut. Diffusal Blade onto the Kunkka. Force Staff is there. Lincoln Sphere is gonna block the lasso. Will not help Dashka though. He's super dead. Juggernaut still has that Aegis. Chronosphere onto 2. Aegis will be consumed here. Scythe not used just yet. Will be thrown in towards the Ember Spirit. Will get the kill. And now the Juggernaut's gonna respawn into an arrow and just get obliterated. Double kill for Arms. Top lane, Pink is pushing with the Serpent Wards. He may get this, but it's already so expensive as they lose 2 of their most important heroes and get just a Kunkka. Did force the Kunkka buyback, actually, so that's additional gold, I guess, for Infamous, but every single fight, Infamous just fall further and further behind. And then they farm up slightly faster, and then they fight, and they fall behind again. Now, to be fair, that Lincoln Sphere was a very new pickup. Not really all that much time for Pita to gauge the items, and he will not make that mistake again. But now he needs the Force Staff more than ever. He has some way to cancel that Lincoln Sphere. Faceless Void. Oh, Pita, what are you doing out here by yourself? You're actually not going to get hit with that Torrent. Doesn't matter. Boat is coming in, and it won't connect. They Global Silence as well. Glimmer Cape? No way. He is going to get dusted up, but he blinks out. They waste so much to get nothing. Oh my god. I can't believe they used Global Silence there, actually. Like, what are you really silencing? Not much. Still, that's 100 seconds where the Ember Spirit's still respawning. Level 20. A decent amount of net worth, but still not enough offensive power. Going to give Midas Club another tower. They have an X marks and an arrow to land onto the Shadow Shaman. He's super dead. 50 seconds where he's down. No split push here for Infamous. Just a little bit of passive creep push, which is going to be pushing towards the Radiant, but it's an inconsequential creep wave.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now the tower, very easily dealt with.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
We're going to move in, though. Protection is there, enough to catch the Necrophos. The Lincoln Sphere is going to hold, but the Chronosphere once again lands. He's still taking the Omni Slash, though! And he's going to go down. He's no support here for Arms. He's going to be able to find a couple targets to Scythe, but he can't really decide on any yet. Meantime, Pepita has been lost. Leo Style will blink out of there. Light Stalker on the way out, so slow. Oh, he's gonna die, I think, to this. Yeah. Last word indeed. I mean, that was an Omni Slash to kill off a Faceless Void, but still, there was no damage going on to Arms. Still this bulky frontliner, and Leo Style. Ooh, if he just got Scythe there, he's just dead, man. He's gonna shrine up a little bit. Pulling in towards the Maelstrom, we can see he's not doing nearly enough damage. They're just poking, they're just prodding. Juggernaut coming in from really nowhere. Backdoor protection might be kicking in soon. Juggernaut is still in a really precarious position with a lot of offensive power, but he's all alone. He has to leave, man. Where are you going? If he spin TPs, he gets Scythed. He's just gonna spin and then what? What is he doing? He's baiting? Okay, well, Pita's going to arrive. Leo Style's gonna jump all in, killing off the Mirana, but Scythe onto the Jug. That was an ill-advised play. And now Leo Style's in a lot of trouble himself. They do have to drop the Serpent Wards. We'll focus down the Faceless Void, but they lose the Shadow Shaman so easily, and still Leo Style. They're trying so desperately to make something happen, but they're just not going in with the right heroes. This is some really questionable play for Infamous. They so wanted that surround, but they don't have enough damage. Now the Ember Spirit finally picks up a little bit more damage. I mean, it's half they don't have enough damage, and half the damage they do have is just not tanky enough in this Jug. He's dying so quickly every single game. He's not able to just manhandle the enemies like we saw him do as the Luna. I mean, he doesn't have the amount of farm that he had in that last game either, but also Juggernaut, like, he's so front-loaded in damage with that Omni Slash. Afterwards, he just gets obliterated. Already, Brax has fallen on bottom lane. No Juggernaut to defend, and Infamous are against the ropes. They are going to whiff that slight combo. Arms, though, with that build, he's so tanky. He's so much regen. Ace of Boy jumps in, Chronosphere onto this Ember Spirit, a little slow, but still enough damage to probably get the kill. He's going to use himself and cleanse himself of all those effects, jump out of there, and he'll be just fine. Pepita jumped in to do very little. They're trying to focus down Arms. There's a shackle. The damage isn't enough. It finally will be, as Leo Style is going to be left alone. Jumps in one more time, is a shrine, get himself a little bit more juice. Necrophos, though, going to buy out. Everyone has given their life for those 2 kills. Now Arms is back. They just barely were able to kill him. If they're able to pull a miracle and kill him again, that will be huge, but they don't really have enough time here. The Juggernaut's trying to deal with the bottom lane. Still, Sleight of Fist spam is coming out, but no one's really defending the melee racks. They're going to jump in towards the Silencer. Scythe goes off into Leo Style, will do nothing. He still will take the racks. Has to deal with the Juggernaut. Purge is going to, well, take off 1 effect, I guess, or do nothing. I don't know. Either way, Juggernaut's still not too healthy. He's going to go down to right clicks. This has got to be game, right? Leo Style is going to jump out of there one more time. Almost dies. But the entirety of mid and bottom are now down. And Midas Club, only with a razor-thin net worth lead, are going to be taking a commanding lead in this game. What is Stinger doing here? Why is he here? Why is Pepita here? They don't have a Juggernaut. Stinger is just going to go down. They're going to try to go for the Silencer and trade. They also jump in and lasso Tala, but he takes like no damage. They land the arrow, and that is just the last hurrah of a team that is going to check out soon. Spend everything to kill off a Silencer who doesn't even have his ultimate. Buy out now on the Ember Spirit. Pepita is completely without cooldowns right now. There's an X, there's a Torrent, and there's a no Scythe, but just right click him. This has got to be game, right? Like, there's an Ember Spirit and a Juggernaut. They clearly cannot do it all on their own. Silencer's now at 38 int. Leo Style is going to be a pretty decent hero at stalling, but to what end? The Courier is going to die. Go back up for Shrines, extend their lead. 2k a moment ago, now 8k, Roshan as well. Not really sure what Infamous are playing for. They don't have enough farm. The initiation is just way too hard. There's so many heroes that you have to initiate onto. Like, you gotta kill the Necrophos or else he's gonna kill you. You gotta kill the Mirana or else she's gonna kill you. You have to kill the Faceless Void or else he's gonna Chronosphere you. And you have to kill the Silencer to dodge that Global Silence. Like, it's just an impossible task for Pepita. And now there's Aegis and Cheese, so even if you do jump in on the Necrophos, he's just never gonna die. BKB is finally up on the Juggernaut. We saw last fight, it did a whole lot of nothing. Can't keep up to his targets with Force Staff. They need a miracle right now, Infamous. Because as long as the Silencer keeps himself safe, and being in this position is perfectly safe. Moonlight Shadow and may run into an invisible Juggernaut. Gem detection, there is none here. You see Necrophos, and they also might see some Firefly. Right now, Observer is going to see pretty much everyone. They have separated the Faceless Void. Global Silence is there. He's still going to go down to the Omni Slash, though. Can they kill off anyone else? Scythe goes in onto the Shadow Shaman. That's not the play. They still take him down. They really have to deal with this Juggernaut and the Ember Spirit now. They're going to try to hide in the trees. Tala has already used the leap out. Is in fact just going to be able to walk out. There's a passageway there, apparently. They still chase after her, but a leap, she's fine. And everyone else is stuck in these trees just looking for targets, leaving Stinger to his own devices. He's going to die because Juggernaut and Ember just got stuck back here. And now they're in a little bit of trouble. There's a spin here. So X marks is not going to do all that much. Torrent, same thing, just gonna walk that off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They've traded 3 though for just 1. Tala is gonna refill the tank, even bring in a salve. Never mind, just eat the salve. Bring in an orchid, that probably is a little bit better, and just continue this push. I mean, yeah, they killed the hell out of this Faceless Void, but again, that's it. They don't have any more sustained damage afterwards. We're gonna jump in. We can see how little damage Juggernaut is doing there. He just got wrecked by the Radiance, and they actually just obliterated the Ember Spirit. What the hell? The Juggernaut is just getting his ass kicked by the Silencer as well. This is looking very over. They do land the Shackle on the Necrophos, but he has a double life, so who cares? GG is called, and Ember's gonna piece on out of there. Infamous crumble, and we're gonna go to game 3, guys. This is like the exact same draft that Midas Club had in the last game. Big exception of that Silencer pick. Doing a lot of work for them. GG is called, and Midas Club will draw things up 1-1. Making things a little bit more interesting. SG Esports and Youth Fury, not sure if they're still playing, but yeah, interesting to see a team rally still going for a similar strat in Infamous. I'm not convinced that the Jug and the Ember Spirit were the picks. Like, we saw Ember Spirit just have a lot of issues. Pizza had a lot of difficulties, the Bat Rider as well. And pretty much all the cores from Infamous just not able to do their job as easily as Midas Club. So game 3, guys, is going to be happening in just a little bit. I'm Mike Loris. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.